really lets to go. Temple sets it up in the air for Blood. Helps with the dig out. Gets it to short and up for Barilla. Works out for Blood. To it. Helps with the dig. Too short. Up in the air. Laid it off to get them the lead in that first set. Barilla with the service down. Temple puts it up in the air. And to go get it across. Allie Shores. Nice set right there. Nice back row. Good there by the maiden. Throwing and dump it over. Let's dig out by Albert. Helps on the attack. Back to it. Here we go. Two serves. Let's dig out by the Lady Dogs. Sets it up. He's across the gym practice. Leading up the net. Chase Avery form back serve. Good dig out by Shores. Form will bump it up in the air and get it over. Smith will make it stay as they remain at the scramble. I think it hits that. Shores up in the air. Kelsier back to serve. Kelsier back to it for another one. He returns. Blood on the first shot walk up into the air. Shores will bump it up into the air. And the air is over the top. Ronan here. Reset. A little scramble at the net. Bumped up in the air. Shores up for there it was. We got a gets it back. Shores had to wait about off the net. Now Hempel gets it across Simpler. Down to that far side below down the attack. Barrow knocks down the Hempel. Just tries to knock it over. Meeting at the net. Push it over, Archie. Shores gets the set to roll out. Scoreboard. Set to serve once again for Ronan. Will take it out. Shores to Hempel. Dumps it over and then saves it. Hempel dumps it up in the air for Blood. And saved up by Abby Talbot. And now Barrow punches it over, meeting and that Ronan with the right hand gets all across. Shores now, good set. Barrow on the scoreboard. Hornquist to serve once again. Cross over the thread. Sets it up, does the lead and back and Ronan giving a save of Blood knocks it over. As Ronan's crow bumped it up. As Blood knocks it over, Avery on it. Over. Here's Ronan. The net now they cross the line. Set and a Zadie on the attack. The serve goes Stella Frisbee. Frisbee starts in the top. Just down the line. Pushes it out there in the top. The serve from that far side. 15 like they're 2 points away. Here comes the serve. Archie. With the big scores up for Ronan to serve. Templer with that ball across. Walks it over. Talbot. Now to Shores. Shores up. Oh! 102.7 FM, 1240 AM, Outlaw Country. Back for this. Back from the break here on 102.7 FM, 1240 AM Outlaw Country, as once again your Whitefish Lady Bulldogs are divisional tournament bound after they defeat the Ronan Maidens in a 3-game sweep. Whitefish will be the number 4 seed for the divisional tournament and will play Frenchtown in the opening round of a postseason play, that divisional tournament next week in Libya. So, like the football team last night, you hear Coach Bullwig talk about one more. Well, it's the same thing for the Whitefish volleyball team. Their mantra this year, all in, and boy, were they all in that one. It was a total team effort. 7 Whitefish Lady Bulldogs get a kill in this one. Allie Shores was all over the place with sets and assists in this one. We'll try to get her up for a Scenic Zip Trip and Piggyback Barbecue post game. Big thanks to all of our sponsors, as always. But yeah, here comes Allie Shores. But yeah, a big win here for the Whitefish volleyball team with the 3-game sweep of Ronan here in this one. And let's get Allie Shores on for a post game here. See if she can figure out the headset here. As also get you on a little Facebook video. Can you hear me all right? Perfect. Yeah, not here. Let's see here. Let's get that out of your way here. As you can see, I got a lot of stuff with me when I come to a game here. Allie, take me through just what does this mean, this win, to know that you guys are going to the divisional tournament next week?
It's so exciting. Like, this is not a bad team. I'm really proud of how our team showed up and just showed out and started strong and stayed strong, which is something we've been working on the whole season. And our last 2 games, we really showed some grit, and really proud of our team from just coming out strong from the start.
How about take me through, we saw maybe a little bit of a different rotation, you're a youngster, you're just a sophomore, but seeing an Emmy Hansen, seeing an Avery Orm, we've seen Hannah Zadie all year. What do those 3 bring to the table?
I love having them out there so much. It's so fun to be out there with, freshmen. I was out there last year, and I didn't have any sophomores, all upperclassmen. So it's a really cool relationship because I'm friends with them. I love them, and it's so cool to see them go out there and just Avery Orm's just playing incredibly. She's so talented with so little experience, which is so cool, and she's so fun to play with. And Hannah Zadie's just a really solid girl out there. She's solid all around, which is really fun to see. And Emmy Hansen, she's one of my closest friends. Yeah, it's so fun to be out there with her. I play club with her. It's really awesome to see her out there.
Talk to me about the win like this. It's a total team effort. I'm looking in the scoring column. I believe 7 or 8 girls had a kill in this one. Every single person that played in this game had their fingerprints on this game, got in the stat column. To have it be a total team win like that's got to be huge going into divisionals.
Yeah, for sure. I've been really working on, spreading the court with my sets, and because it tricks up the blockers. And so I'm really proud of all my girls for putting the ball away and, just being consistent, girls that I can trust out there. It's really fun to, have so many options that will take care of it for you.
How about talk to me about Coach Connolly's offense, because you guys don't run kind of an easy offense to operate. You as the setter, there's a lot that you have to know, that you have to orchestrate. Talk to me about being maybe a little more comfortable in that setting now in year 2.
Yeah, freshman year, that was, it's a big change. I was playing 8th grade volleyball, and I got to playing senior, so it's a giant change, but it was good for me. It got me going, and it really taught me a lot. And my seniors were great about, just giving me all the tips. And this year, I did feel so much comfortable, even starting open gyms in January, coming out on the court, I feel so much more comfortable. And it's definitely something I've needed to work on and learn, but just being able to take control of the court, and I even struggle with knowing where I am. I'm all over the place sometimes, but I've gotten so much more comfortable with it.
How about talk to me about this seniors, to be able to win on senior night the way that you've done, and then how has that momentum from that Columbia Falls game kind of carried on through these playing games?
Yeah, that was such a fun game to be a part of. it's just really like motivated us. We know we can play with anyone in our conference. It's a matter of if we're able to be consistent, show up, and take care of the little things. And I think showing that win on senior night, it was the most amazing feeling. Coming back like that, it just feels so good. And so that momentum, I think, has really carried us through these playing games.
Now we know you guys are going to be matched up against Frenchtown in the opening round of the divisional tournament. What does Frenchtown present? Obviously, that's going to be a tall order, a tall task.
Yeah, Frenchtown's really talented. They got Mason Flynn and their outside who just committed to the Grizz. They're going to be tough, and it's just we just need to take care of the things that we're doing, because if we do our game, play our game, we're really contenders with anyone. And so it's a matter of just staying calm, getting our block up and playing our game.
Talk to me about Coach Bolwig last night after the football game. Was preaching just one more. Talk to me about getting that one more opportunity. You get a few more practices, right? You get one more practice. You get one more tournament in a sense. Talk to me about living in the moment and just appreciating being one of these final teams.
Yeah, I feel so privileged and lucky to still be out here. Like, I was giving other team high fives, and before we were like, we're winning divisionals, and I was so excited. And then, I see the other court, and they're all in tears, and it's really hard, like, they're done. Like, those are seniors who are done playing volleyball, and it is so sad. So I feel so privileged to be able to continue our season. Last night I was thinking, I was like, I don't want to be done with these teammates. Like, I'm not ready. So I feel so privileged to be able to play them.
All right, what does it take for Whitefish Bulldog Volleyball to go to the divisional tournament and win two? How do you win? What is it? Win two before you lose two, right?
I think it's just going to take us to have fun, and be consistent and play our game on our side of the court. When we do those things and we keep a consistent game, we're really tough. So
perfect. I think that's all I got for you, Allie. Congratulations once again. Go celebrate, and how about a shout out to the Whitefish soccer team who's playing for state later today?
I'm just trying to make it down. We'll see, but go Dogs! I'm so excited for you, and they got this.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you for the time, Allie. Much appreciated. And yeah, go punch your ticket to state now.
Thank you so much.
Again, that was Allie Shores for the Whitefish High School volleyball team, sophomore here for the Lady Dogs. Their primary setter getting a high five from Coach Connolly as she heads down the staircase. And we'll get Coach now here. Get Coach's thoughts here on this matchup and what things look like for the divisional tournament upcoming. As Coach, get you on video, you got a nice little seat down there, don't you? How about take me through that win and you come out, first two times you face these ladies, it's 3-1, 3-1. This time you no games, you just get the 3-0 sweep. That had to feel nice to just win it that way.
It did. We've been working on our rotations, and we've kind of settled into one that seems to be working well for us. And we just talked about it. Like, they were going to want it, and there was no funny business that we could take care of today. We had to just go out and do our job and be focused, work really hard. There was a lot on the line.
Speaking of the youngsters, Emmy Hansen comes in and plays well. Avery Orm, we've seen her stepping up. Hannah Zadie basically ends it strong. But I'm looking at the stat column, and every single player that played in this game's in the stat column. 7 or 8 girls get it killed. To have it be a total team effort like that's got to feel good too.
It does, and that speaks volumes about Allie, of making sure that she's mixing up her sets. And that's a conversation that we've been having a lot of. Like, you've got to establish your middles. If we're not establishing our middles, then all they do is camp out on our outsides. And so she's been working really hard in practice and in these last few games to really mix up the sets so that it spreads their defense a little bit wider and gives our outsides better opportunities, but it also opens up our other hitters as well. And so she's been working really hard, and we've really focused on that. And as a result, that's what our stats look like.
I know rotations are extremely important in volleyball in terms of kind of mixing up and doing certain things that you want to do. Talk to me about, it seems like you might be finding the rotation you want to use for the divisional tournament. How important is that to make sure you got that where you want it to be?
Yeah, it can be something as little as so-and-so passes better on the left, someone else versus on the right. It really is. And so they just communicate that that's how they kind of live their world and what they do best with each other. And so switching, it can be just a simple switch of a front row, back row player, and it puts them on opposite sides of each other. And when you kind of find that rotation, everything just kind of gels like honey, and it's just a much smoother defense, which then leads into our offense, and we're able to take care of things that way.
And then going to the divisional tournament, Coach Bolwig, I had him on the post game after the football game, and he was preaching just one more. And now you guys get to preach the same thing. Talk to me about being able to have one more practice next week, have one more tournament, one more week with these girls. How do you just kind of relish that moment?
For sure. We talked about that in the locker room just a couple minutes ago. Excellent job, way to take care of business. We have one more practice on Monday. We have one more on Tuesday. We have one more on Wednesday. We get to get better during that time and continue to grow as a program and as a team. And when we do that, then we get to take even more into our next tournament. So it's fun. We could potentially have 2 more weeks, but we're taking it one day, one practice, one tournament at a time.
And you're going to be matched up with Frenchtown in the opening round. I know you're going to go and look at Frenchtown all week long and figure out how to attack it. But just in general, what do you see from Frenchtown right now? What makes them so tough right now?
They've got some strong outsides that are putting out big balls. And so we just have to be on our A game. They run a faster offense than we generally see. And so getting our block up quickly and adjusting, reading what the hitter is doing and getting our defensive players into position will be really important.
And then the nice thing too is it's a double elimination tournament. So I know it's always important to get that first win, but what's the saying? You got to win 2 before you lose 2, right? So how do you make sure that you're just staying in the right headspace, that these girls are making sure, hey, it's literally play by play now. It's you have to take it literally serve by serve.
It for sure is, and I think those girls that were with us last year, I think realize that more than maybe most. We went into the tournament in the same spot that Frenchtown was last year, and we were out. We didn't even make it to the state tournament. And so sometimes when you go in as the upper hand, right, those underdogs can come in and take care of business. We're all there for a reason. We've got some solid teams. We're tied with Columbia Falls. We've given battles to Wilson. We've taken games off of Hamilton. Hamilton's taken games off of Frenchtown. It really is anybody's game at this point in the season. And so just going out and taking care of business.
Perfect. Coach, I think that's all I got for you. Congratulations once again on the win. How about a shout out to the soccer team as they're going for the state title at Polson here today?
It's super awesome. Good luck, boys, down there. Have fun, take care of business, and bring home that trophy for us.
Perfect, Coach. That's all I got for you. Congratulations on the win, and hopefully I'll try to get by practice to catch up with the girls to do a divisional preview this week.
Thanks so much.
Perfect. Thank you. Again, that was head coach of the Whitefish Volleyball team, Addie Connolly, as the Whitefish Lady Bulldogs are off to Libby, right, for the divisional tournament? Yep, off to Libby for the divisional tournament, where they will be matched up against Frenchtown to start off this opening round. So the Whitefish Bulldogs with the 3-game sweep over Ronan. Every single Lady Bulldog in the stat column in this one. And a big thanks to all of our sponsors, as always, for helping make this broadcast possible. Scenic Zip Trip, Piggyback Barbecue, Hill Brothers, Whitefish Credit Union, Ortho Rehab, American Bank, Cowgirl Coffee, State Farm, Joe Akey, Exceed Chiropractic, D.A. Davidson, Jersey Boys Pizza, Pin and Q, Three Rivers Banks, MNC Tire, Whitefish Science Center, Stumptown Snowboards, Glacier Medical Associates, Universal Athletics, National Parks Realty, Whitefish Lake Restaurant, Jersey Boys, Great Northern Bar and Grill, Nelson's Hardware, Schillinger Construction, Dalen Dental, Bulldog Saloon, Whitefish, Huck's Place, D.A. Davidson, Northern Lights Industries, Atuni Hansen Interiors, and the Stumptown Ice Den Press Box. Cole Havens broadcasting live from Whitefish for Evernet B Broadcasting Radio Net for my fiancee Brittany Brown, taking some photos and videos. I hope you have a great rest of your afternoon. Good luck to the Whitefish Bulldogs soccer team, and I will talk to you later.